mugshots on graduation day because the university is a crime scene. The bright kid is smiling on his graduation day, probably the last smile he'll be having on his face. From here, life is taking a different face. 7 out of 10, he will be found in a drunken stupor. His liquor, he forgot to chase. The bright kid is out here having dark days. He is a civil engineer. He has read about the Building Bridges initiative. He knows a weak bridge when he sees one. He is sure this bridge will not bridge the gap between the rich and the poor. The bright kid is out here having dark days. She is an architect. Archicad skills won't get her a job. She has to design a back door that will get her a job to design buildings, because out here, back doors will get you a job before skills can. The bright kid is out here having dark days. He is a computer science graduate, front end or back end. At the end of the day, he knows the system does not have his back. The system, 8 for 4, my bad, 8 for floor. The bright kid is out here having dark days. She is a pharmacist. Her life is dragging. She is depressed. She's dragging her life with antidepressants. She hopes she does not OD. The bright kid is out here having dark days. He is a statistician. He did a project on unemployment among the youth for his bachelor's. He is now a bachelor and unemployed. He's just part of the statistic. The bright kid is out here having dark days. She is a mathematician. Things are not adding up. She's figuring out that life has no formula. She's planning to start from the origin. The bright kid is out here having dark days. He is a doctor. Internship days are over. It is sickening that he is offering services he cannot afford. The bright kid is out here having dark days. She is an accountant. She's interested in balancing of the figures. With the rise in unemployment figures, she feels mental health should have a bigger figure on the national cake. She is standing with her deck. The bright kid is out here having dark days. He is in the maritime industry, and he has a boatload of things he'd like to tell you. He'd rather go and do manual jobs overseas than live in a storm back home. The bright kid is out here having dark days. She is a teacher, teaching kids to bring change, but the peanuts she gets paid at the end of the month, she cannot afford to say keep change. The bright kid is out here having dark days. She is a lawyer. How will clients say you will talk to my lawyer, and yet the lawyer also wants someone to talk to? The bright kid is out here having dark days. Kids want to become doctors. Practicing doctors want to become MPs. Kids want to become engineers. Practicing engineers want to become governors. But because newsrooms need catchy headlines to stay ahead of business, top students choose lucrative courses. Like how lucrative? Like politics lucrative? Or like Monday morning with no job lucrative? Bright kids are out here having dark days.